Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'm start just a few minutes early here. I've got a big night ahead of me as we get ready for Talladega as we leave in the morning. Super excited for that. But we do have a podcast scheduled. Unfortunately, unable to do it on our regular Tuesday. So welcome in on a Monday podcast edition. Happy 420 to everybody, by the way. 420. Anybody that uh, catches my drift, sniffs the air, you could say. Uh, Happy 420. Welcome in. We're here to talk about some racing today. We got a little bit of news to cover. We're going to recap this weekend's race. We had NASCAR racing at Kansas Motor Speedway with the ARCA O'Reilly's Auto Parts and the Cup Series. Long Beach weekend, man. We had IMSA on track. We had IndyCar on track. Some great races there. We had some watch parties on Sunday for the Cup and the IndyCar race. So it was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys there. We got some driver of the week, bonehead of the week polls that will be out after this podcast, as well as we'll take a look at some of the point standings with IndyCar, as we have a new points leader after this weekend's result. Fantastic race. And then also we'll preview this weekend's upcoming races at Talladega, the races we will be at. The Dega boys be hanging out at Turn 2 Tunnel all weekend long. Or all week long, really. We'll be there Wednesday when the gates open. We'll be there all the way till Monday when the gates close to like kick us out and tell us to get the fuck out of there, So it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited. Been grinding, working hard all freaking month, man. Just every day. I'm freaking exhausted right now. Almost passed out multiple times on the watch party. But we're gonna grind this out and work this out the right way with a final podcast send off before we head on to Talladega. Alrighty, let's start off with some news. So, devastating news. I talked about it a little bit on the watch parties if you guys tuned into the streams here this weekend. But Acura rumored to potentially be leaving the hypercar realm, the sports car realm, in IMSA World Endurance Championship, wherever they consider maybe running in the future, due to the economy. Is really what it sounds like it's coming down to. With everything I've read, everything I've looked up, it sounds like economics doesn't make sense to continue to run this IndyCar or this Acura project, considering that they're also supplying motors for the IndyCar series with the new regulations upcoming with the engine packages in IndyCar, to also develop the modern hypercar-esque platform and engine package that they have currently. It just isn't economically viable. Sad day for motorsports. We've seen IMSA on a major climb and rise over the years with all these new manufacturers. We've seen Alpine now recently leave the sport. Lamborghini now recently potentially leave the sport. Maybe they'll pop back up at a customer rate overseas in the newly Asian Le Mans series hypercar division. And then we've seen Izzaro Verschini, which was kind of like a entrepreneur kind of works type team. They've also had left the sport, and Van Wall as well, and they're all gonna maybe potentially hit this new Asian Le Mans market. That's what I think the future of Acura is. If they do end up leaving the top level sports car racing in America in the IMSA series and GTP, I think the only way that Acura could be saved is a customer purchase team, like a works team, kind of like AF Corsa, or like I mentioned with Izzaro Verschini, with Van Wall, with JDC Miller, all being different types of work teams that uh basically kind of go on their own on their own. Basically, they pay a lot of money to get these packages, get the chassis built, design their own cars, and then they're always going to be a step below, like obviously the manufacturer team, the premier teams. So if I feel like if we do see Acura, which it sounds rumor wise that it's more leaning towards the prospects that it is going to come to an end than it is not, which really worries me. I'm really hoping they stay or they're able to continue this program in the future. Hopefully the economy gets better, worldwide issues get resolved, we can keep them around. But if not, hopefully we find some billionaire in the Asian market that wants to save the Acura program, wants to run Acuras at the Asian Le Mans Series Hypercar division next year. That's my hope for the future. Also, Indy 500, we got two more announcements. So we do hit 33 cars, is what it appears. Jacob Abel, they finally officially announced that the Chevy deal's gone through. They're going to get an engine supplied from Chevrolet, and they are going to make an attempt at the Indy 500 with Jacob Abel behind the wheel, with Abel Motorsports' first attempt at the Indy 500. And then also, maybe AJ Foyt Penske-esque combo car alliance type thing with Catherine Legg. for the 8,500 as well. That will get us up to the 33. So me and Tom talked about this on a podcast in the past. We said, yeah, there's a potentiality that we were going to see uh 33 cars. We were going to get to 33 cars somehow. And we talked about maybe there was going to be a way where Penske was going to fund something to be able to put it together, or Chevy was going to fund something to put it together. And it sounds like we're going to get that with Catherine Legge. So that's exciting news. It's not exciting to the extent of Indy 500. We got to see more than 33 cars. We got to have a bump day. We got to have multiple cars in the field to try to qualify. It's not a given to be able to make the race. At least we hit the minimum, or the minimum, right? 33 cars. So that's one thing we can be excited for. Cletus McFarland. We will be racing at Nashville with the RCR team. There'll be his second O'Reilly's Auto Parts start. Obviously, didn't get it approved for Kansas. Didn't get approved for Talladega this weekend, which is a devastation, man. I wanted to see old Cletus run a double deader there at Talladega, and see all the rednecks losing their minds. But he will be making an attempt at Nashville to try and get his clearance to try and maybe move himself up to being able to race these O'Reilly races on super speedways here in the future. Daniel Dye. Who would have fucking thought this shit? If you guys are in our Discord, which if you're not in our Discord, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but we had Darren McCabe, we had Matt Yost, Dallas C, where everybody weigh in on this whole Daniel Dye situation. And it's absolutely a freaking hilarious thread, man. I'm telling you. We had, what was it? Darren McCabe gets on there and says somebody needs to say blank. And just go read it. I don't want to say the word here. I don't want to get canceled, but basically said, yeah, maybe, who's he referring to? I can't remember now. Oh, it was Corey Haim. Corey Haim needs to say some derogatory thing in an interview, and then maybe he could get a promotion up to the Cup Series. It seems like anybody that gets a promotion gets an upgrade in rides. We've seen it with Kyle Larson. We've seen it with many drivers that have gone out and said something bad or dumb, and they end up getting promoted. This is Daniel Dye's equivalent to that, being which, to be fair, I don't think he deserves it. I think Daniel Dye is kind of a garbage human being, to be honest with you. I think he's an absolutely fucking garbage human being. And I hope nothing but the worst for this motherfucker, dude. Like, he is a garbage human being. But it looks like to get ahead in NASCAR is you just got to go and do something stupid. I even wrote in there, I was like, I might have to go commit a hate crime just to get a Daytona 500 ride. I mean, obviously joking, right? Like, it's a pure joke, but it feels like that. And then we talked about John West Townley. It never worked out for him because he ended up showing at his ex-wife's house with an axe. That's Darren McCabe. I mean, Darren McCabe was going off, man. It was crazy. He even had one like me with Kyle Busch where the guy was like holding his lips. He's like, Kyle Busch, say something bad so we can get you an upgraded ride up at the Cup Series. I just thought it was funny. If you guys get a chance, join our Discord. Go read the NASCAR news thread. There's some cool memes and stuff in there to read. That link for the Discord is in the description below, so go check that out. Also, this weekend with the IndyCar race, there was a little bit of controversy, I guess, to an extent. The push to pass doesn't open for at least like a lap after a restart, right? And you get Long Beach this weekend, you had 200 seconds of push to pass. We've seen drivers use it all day long, no problem. Well, I guess that they made a big daddy IndyCar move at this race at Long Beach, and they ended up opening it up on a restart, and they left it open for all drivers. And it blows my mind that they come forward and admit they're a problem, which is, to be fair, that you want them to do that. But the fact that that they did that and then nobody came out and was like, yeah, I exploited it, or nobody did. Like, it's so weird to me that nobody like really actually exploited it, or maybe they did and we don't really know. Just seems like a whole lot of a mess right there. Just a big old mess that could have absolutely put a detriment on this entire weekend. Thank goodness that nothing has really come forward with that, but the fact that they came out and admitted it, they made that mistake. Whoever did that, whoever was in charge of that or made that mistake, should be suspended or at least put on like temporary leave. That's a big fuck up. You can't. This is the premier open wheel racing series in North America. You cannot have somebody in race control or race command doing things like this, because that could have totally changed the outcome of the race. It really could have. It could have put drivers at an advantage, disadvantage. It would have changed the point standings. Like, the whole thing could have turned into a big clusterfuck. So they came out and admitted it. Now they got to take action and actually punish the people that made this decision. I don't care if it's the guy at the very top that has to take the fall. Somebody has to take the fall for something as egregious as leaving the push to pass open for a restart. That is something that cannot happen. Hopefully, the person gets punished. We learn from this and we don't make this mistake again. Because this could have been absolutely detrimental to this IndyCar race this weekend. All right, that's all the news I wanted to share. This is going to be a shortened podcast. I've got the crew coming in for Talladega. I'm obviously by myself. I don't want to ramble on too long with you guys here tonight since I'm by myself, but we're going to try to condense this and keep it as short as possible. It'll probably be a 30, 40-minute podcast here tonight. As obviously I'm exhausted. I'm at the wit's end. I'm ready to catch some Z's tonight and hang out with the boys before we get on that plane early in the morning. So we'll jump into the race recaps here next. Saturday we had the ARCA race. I'm going to preface all of the Saturday races. I didn't watch any of these. I listened to them. I was in the middle of working. I was unable to watch them, but I had them on and I was listening to it in the background. So, and I did go back and watch the highlights. So everything I talk about is purely prefaced with me listening to these races, giving you my honest perspective of what I listened to and what I felt happened, and not necessarily the visual aspect other than watching the highlights on the after fact. So the Tide 150, Gio Ruggiero gets the win. I think this is his second win in the ARCA Racing Series. There wasn't caution late in this race. It was Jack Wood was leading in the number 28 Pinnacle machine. Looked like he was set and sail to win the race, and the caution comes out on the final lap, or with like 2 laps to go, and causes a green light checker, ends up losing the race, and ends up wrecking even from that incident. It's just tough luck for him. He was really close to getting Heartbreak of the Week. There is another nominee that I do have to share with you guys because it we'll get to it. We'll get with the IndyCar race. Cletus McFarlane. He wasn't running very good. Let's be real. He wasn't running great. Ends up blowing a motor, which is no shocker if you've been watching the ARCA Racing Series over the last few years. Frankie Muniz was behind the wheel of that machine at one point in time. That car would blow motors and have engine issues all the freaking time, man. It was a reoccurring fact. It almost became a weekly meme that we talked about on these podcasts on this show. It was ridiculous the amount of motors and mechanical issues that this 30 team had. Well, he blows a motor. He goes sideways, collects Andy Jesus, man. Oh, dang it, dude. Poor Andy Jesus. Wrong place, wrong time gets collected. That was unfortunate. I do want to talk about, because I'm going to nominate this guy for Driver of the Week, because I think he did everything and some. Honestly, I think he was more impressive in this run than his hombre, his homie, his buddy, old Cletus McFarlane, in his first ARCA start. I was really impressed with Squirrel McNutt. Yes, he got lapped probably 4 times. Kept getting the free pass. But he ran all the laps, finished 12th, wasn't part of any headlines, didn't slow up anybody, didn't wreck anybody, didn't wreck himself. I don't know his actual name, but he goes by Squirrel McNutt. That's his online persona. I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty impressed with what he did at Kansas. I know the results don't show it. The pace doesn't show it. There's not a lot of things to show what he did in this race, right? From a pure analytical standpoint, or even really even a visual standpoint. But you put it into perspective. This guy ran one ARCA East race, gets thrusted into an ARCA race at 1.5 miles for his first start in the National Series of ARCA, and he runs 12th. And it's not like it's a really shitty ARCA. I mean, there was probably 15 decent cars in the race. He ran good. He got lapped multiple times. You expect that. I expect him to get lapped. I expect him to be like 10 laps down. But he didn't. I think he finished on the lead lap. He kept getting the free pass. He'd get lapped to get the free pass. He did a fantastic job. I think he's Driver of the Week material for me, man. I don't know. That's the way I feel. The ARCA race was good. We saw Jade Avedissian and Laney Bice up there battling. We saw Jake Bowman battling up there at one time. Jack Wood, it looked like, had maybe the best car. Gio Ruggiero, maybe the second best car, but we always see that in the ARCA series. The 28 Pinnacle and the 18 JGR car always battling for the wins. I thought they all did good. Daniel Dye, who we talked about earlier, he's a teammate in the Pinnacle machine group or whatever. Starts in the back, drives to the field, was up in the top three. Again, doesn't deserve any rides that he gets. It'd be nice to have a rich car dealership owner dad that could pay for all of your shit for you to go say stupid shit on the internet or go punch kids in the balls at your prom. But the guy ain't got no fucking talent. He ain't got no fucking talent, man. He is a hack. He's only there because of the money. So, whatever. All right, with the O'Reilly's race, this was a good race, man. This was actually a damn good race. Listening to it and then go rewatching the highlights, they did it justice, man. This was a fucking fantastic race. Again, I think the best race of the weekend was the O'Reilly's race. That's including IndyCar, IMSA. That's including the Cup Series. That's including everything I watched this weekend. This O'Reilly race was fucking fantastic. Some of the best racing. We saw strategy. We saw it right off the rip, too. We saw Carson Kvapil go upside down. I heard it when I was listening to it, and then when I eventually got to a point where I could sit down and actually watch the replay of it, holy shit, dude. I haven't seen a car go that many tumbles at a mile and a half in a long time, guys. That was freaking wild, dude. Absolutely nutty, man. He goes upside down. Poor Parker Retzlaff, man. This would have been another good nominee for Heartbreak of the Week if it wasn't for the guy I chose. Oh my goodness, man. He qualifies up front, tags the rear end of Kvapil. Ruined his day. The whole Kvapil incident, it felt like such a racing deal. We had Kvapil in the middle there. You had Byron on the bottom. You had Allgaier on the top. I know Kvapil's giving space for Byron. I don't think Byron realized that they were three wide. Obviously, Allgaier was trying to side draft Kvapil from the outside line. Excuse me for my yawning. I'm freaking exhausted. But he didn't see him up on the inside, or he was trying to side draft Kvapil. Kvapil kind of gave some room to Byron. Oh, he didn't realize they were probably three wide. They all kind of came together, sent Kvapil sideways, tags the wall. Him, Parker Retzlaff comes in, tags him, and flips him over. That was violent, guys. That was a violent rollover. I went back and watched the replay multiple times. It was like Talladega Nights, right? When Ricky Bobby and Jean Girard, are all flipping through on the backstretch of Talladega and they throw the Applebee's commercial on. Or like the Jordan Whiting incident when we did the iRacing. It was the wreck that never ended, man. It just kept going and going and he kept tumbling and tumbling. And it was like slow tumbles. Like, it was like time froze and then went in reverse. And it was like, what the hell is that? Comes to a rest on his lid. And it took them forever to get that car back over. And I was like, man, dude, I was trying to put myself in his shoes in that moment. Imagine being in a freaking 3,400-pound race car. You're strapped in with the belts. You got your helmet on. You got your Hans. It's tight compartments. It's hot in the car. And you're upside down, hanging from a seat by your seatbelts. How uncomfortable that would be. The blood's all rushing to your head. Like, you lost lack of awareness around you. Like, spatial awareness is gone. You don't know if the car's on fire. You don't know if other cars are coming to hit you. You don't know if you're in a safe. You don't know where you're at in the track, where you're at in the planet of Earth. Like, everything, it's just disorienting. Like, that thought just gives me the EBGBs. Puts me in a freaking nightmarish state. Like, that's the type of shit you wake up from a nightmare with cold sweats and just shaking in your bed in the middle of the night because of that scenario. Like that. I mean, yeah, it probably took him like 2 or 3 minutes to get the car back on its wheels. But that 2 or 3 minutes had to have been freaking torturous, man, to be sitting there and enduring that. I don't know, man. Props to Carson Kvapil because it didn't look like it rattled him or fatigued him in that post-race interview. We went on and had a pretty in-depth talk with the media afterward. I'm glad he was okay because that looked violent. He did climb out and he was okay. The one thing I did want to talk about was the Jesse Love, Austin Hill little debacle. They said it during the I wouldn't rewatch it back, dude, and I just don't agree with what they said the broadcast. I mean, Jay McMurray and Parker Kligerman, I give them a lot of props. They're really great race broadcasters. Top of the game. I freaking really appreciate their content and their work that they do in the booth. But putting the blame on Jesse Love in this scenario just rubs me the wrong way because Austin Hill has put himself in with this. how do you say it? With this persona, excuse me, with this persona of being the bad guy. He's the bad guy, right? Like he's gonna race you hard, and he likes being raced hard. He likes racing hard. He's like kind of like an intimidator of modern day, right? That's kind of his persona. That's kind of his mantra per se, right? Well, Jesse Love, his teammate, battles him really hard, side by side, and they're battling, side drafted each other, make a little bit of contact. Austin Hill spins, and gets collected by Williams Watch. Ends Austin Hill's day, broke his race car, and then he bitches, and he's like, "Would I'm gonna have to put that in the memory bank, motherfucker? You know how many people put you in their memory bank? How many fucking people has Austin Hill wrecked, bro? I'm not hating. I'm not hating because it's good for the sport. But what I'm saying is you cannot be the guy with the persona of I'm going to race you hard and then have the reputation of putting people on the wall, right hooking people into the wall, running people hard, fucking door banging people, taking bad fucking blocks. You can't have that fucking reputation and that persona being the guy that punches a guy in victory in the pit lane after a race that you've got 150 fucking pounds on and 3 inches of height difference on. Like, you can't be that guy and then bitch when you wreck racing hard with your teammate. How many other... You remember when Creed raced in RCR? How many times Austin Hill raced him like an asshole? I remember, because I've always been pulling for Creed. I remember the incidents in Martinsville. I remember some incidents at Darlington one time where they got into it. This is what Austin Hill does. He has no room to complain, and I disagree with the take that Jamie McMurray Parker Kligerman had. I think it's a racing deal, man. You just gotta let it. It is what it is. Yes, it's your teammate. You would wish your teammate would maybe give you a little bit more slack. But where was the slack given to Sheldon Creed when he was your teammate in the past? He never gave it to him. So you can't demand and then get mad when it doesn't come your way. You know what I mean? And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit there. Brandon Jones, man. I feel bad for Brandon Jones. This is another guy that could have been nominated for Bonehead of the Week. He had a freaking dominant car. Swept the stages. He's been really good at Kansas. I think he's got 3-4 wins at Kansas in the past. Looked like he had the best car again this weekend. He was absolutely freaking kicking ass and taking names, man. He was flying. He was the car to beat. Got to the final pit stop. This is when the race changed because Taylor Gray with Jason Ratcliffe on the box. We saw tire wear kind of be a factor, and we saw the long run speed kind of be some people's undoing, right? We saw with the junior motorsports cars, long run speed wasn't to par or to stuff with the JGR cars, specifically the Brandon Jones team. So Taylor Gray kind of realized, I guess the team kind of realized that they weren't going to win the race if they had to kind of do the norm strategy, right? So they pitted extremely early on the cycle to Taylor Gray, probably 10 laps sooner than Creed and Allgaier, respectively. Allgaier pitted a little bit later, but Creed specifically, who was kind of in that position with the control of the race, with Brandon Jones, obviously, because they were both at 1-2 there at the end before that cycle started. Taylor Gray gets the lead, jumps off to a massive lead. Sheldon Creed eventually pits, and then Brandon Jones, like I said, had a very dominant car, uncontrolled tire, took him completely out of contention to win the race. Super unfortunate. But Creed was kind of that guy, that benchmark. He blends back in about 5-6 seconds back. Then Allgaier pits and he's like 10, 11 seconds back. And the end of the race, man, like the last 40 laps, Creed and Allgaier just reeling in Taylor Gray, little by little, lap after lap after. Dude, I was listening to that dude was fucking awesome, dude. Like I was like, this is fucking awesome, dude. Like I was like, I gotta go back and rewatch some of this stuff, man. I got to some points where I was able to stop and actually kind of watch it for a little bit. But for the most part I had to listen to it. But it was like they were like calling out intervals and like just it was so like that's why I love motorsports. For races like that we saw at Kansas. Even with the Cup race, we saw it too a little bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that's why I love racing, man. I love to see people with different strategies on a long green flag cycle or long green flag run, and then seeing how all the strategies play out and come together. We had 3 different strategies. We had the early pit cycle with the undercut with Taylor Gray. We had the pretty normal strategy, I would say, with Brandon Jones with Sheldon Creed. Obviously, Brandon Jones penalty. And then we had the long stretch strategy, the outstretch strategy that we saw, the late pit, the overcut with Allgaier. We saw all of them kind of come together at the end. All of them at the end were all within a second. It was super fun to watch. Obviously, Taylor Gray hangs on to win the race. Master class call by Jason Ratcliffe. Unbelievable. But that is why I love racing, man. That was freaking fantastic. Like, if you were to ask me, like, what's the ideal race? The ideal race is a race with maybe one caution, maybe two. You got to have at least one incident, one wreck. Kind of keeps it entertaining. And then I want to see a long green flag stint at some point in the early parts of the race because I want to see some pit cycles, see some comers and goers, see some strategy change, see some track position change. And then I want to see a long stint to the end with a green flag stop mixed in there and see how everything blends out at the end. And then a green race, to the end, to the finish. That was just beautiful, man. We got DJ Puckett in the chat, man. He says, how are we doing tonight? We're doing fantastic, DJ Puckett. How are you doing, man? I'm exhausted. I'm worn out. This podcast is going to be a lot shorter than it normally is. I'm trying to wrap this up soon. I've got the boys coming to my house tonight because we're flying out in the morning to Talladega. So I'm exhausted. I've been pulling 14, 16-hour days for the last 3 weeks, and I am freaking worn out, man. So I am trying to get this podcast done early as possible here so we can get to our Talladega trip. But it's good to see you in here, DJ Puckett, man. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. We've got a few more things to talk about here before we wrap up here tonight, so stay tuned, man. Let's talk about the IMSA race. We called it on the podcast last week. Tom picked the 93 Acura. I picked the 60 Acura. Obviously, I picked the wrong one. The 93 Acura wins. It was cool to see Renger van der Zande get back to victory lane, man. He's such a good dude, such a fast race car driver. It really looked like his career was going to take a backslide. It was almost like he was a lost without a home, a lost puppy, right? When the whole Chip Ganassi Cadillac deal kind of came to a close. He found a home here at Acura. Well, although if you listen to the beginning of this podcast with the rumors that Acura's manufacturer program in IMSA and the GTP program, he actually found a home, man. It was good to see Renger back in victory lane. He was being hounded the entire race by the number 31 Action Express, the whole race, man, and just didn't make any mistakes. The team executed on pit strategies. They caught a lot of full course yellows at the right time that kept them up in front of the strategy. So it was really cool to see them win. The GTD battle took the race for me. Just fantastic. There was one point in the race, I shit you not, that the top 8 were all within 2 seconds of each other, and it was 8 different manufacturers. It was unbelievable racing, dude. Like sports car racing, I say it all the time. It's my favorite fucking racing, dude. Like, I love sports car racing to the nth degree. Like, every time I watch a sports car race, I just get I get happy inside. I feel like just gives me a little chub, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning, bro, and you just know that new freaking gaming system's under that Christmas tree, man. Old Santa Claus is bringing it to town, bud. He's shoving his fat ass down that chimney to give you that new gaming system, and you wake up in the morning, you're fucking ready to tear open that wrapping paper. So Santa Claus got you hooked up. That's how I feel when I watch a damn IMSA race, man, or watch a World Endurance Championship race, or a Asian Le Mans Series race, or a GT World race, or whatever it is, man. I just fucking love sports car racing. And then watching the GT3 cars rip around Long Beach is one of the most badass sights. And then even seeing the hypercars whipping around there too. It's so badass, man. It was a fantastic race. We talk about all the time with Vassie Sullivan. Ends up winning GTD with the outdated Lexus, man. That car it's on its last legs, man. Let's just say it needs the old Yeller treatment. It needs to be taken back behind the woodshed and put out of its misery. They've been chasing it. They were champions like 3 years ago in this car, but ever since then we've seen like the new McLaren come in. We've seen the new Corvettes come in. We've seen obviously Ford come in. We've seen Ferrari with the new Ferrari Tricion team come in the recent years. So they've been chasing, right? They've got a overdeveloped or underdeveloped GT3 car with all the new GT3s coming in with the new technology. And we talk about all the time. They've got the right drivers. They've got a great team. They don't make mistakes on pit road. They execute. They set up good race cars. The BOPs have been kind of coming back into their favor as of late. So they put up a good effort. We obviously know that we got the new Supra coming in 2027. It's going to be fantastic with the Toyota partnership, but they're going to put the Lexus program to sleep. Me and Tom both picked the Vassie. to be the dark horse pick for the weekend. We were hoping they could win at least one more race on their send off tour with this Lexus car, and they sure did it, man. They got her done this weekend. Super excited. We got to talk about Porsche. Porsche obviously been the most dominant car in IMSA over the last few years. They've had pretty lenient or low key BOPs. I'll be right back, boys. Actually, I'll just answer real quick. Hey, Bill.
Hey Jay, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Are you at home?
Yes, I am home. I'm doing my podcast right now. Are you about here?
Oh, I'm actually at my little brother's house in Eagle here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. We're
Okay. So about 7 or 7:30, well maybe 7 o'clock. I'll head over.
okay. Sounds good. We're here. My dad just pulled in now, so
Oh, they're here. Okay, so maybe
yeah,
I'll come over there then.
yeah. No rush. Whenever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'll talk to you
All
in a
right.
bit.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, just rolling podcast solo YOLO Brolo. Yeah. Just a few more things to talk about. We'll be wrapped up for the day. I thought Tom was gonna make it, but I think he's having trouble getting his kids to bed. So yeah. Alrighty. Oh yeah, with the Porsche, they've been the most dominant car in IMSA the last few years. With their hypercar program, even taking a step out of the World Endurance Championship. They've had pretty lenient BOPs, I would say, over the last few years. They've had some power restrictions. They've got obviously the new package here in 2026 where they were able to redesign and re-streamline. Obviously, JDC Miller team ran good this weekend because they're still running the old 2025 or the 2025 BOPs. I'm just saying, we knew they weren't going to be good on the street course. They haven't been good on the street course the last few years. They've really struggled. A lot of it has to do with a lot of their downforce capabilities that they have in these low braking corners. They really struggle there. They're really good on the long straightaways, big swooping corners. That's kind of where they excel. Where they really have struggled is in these high downforce type tracks, low braking zones. They've been struggling with a lot of the timing and everything um, with their powertrains and everything. So I was really curious to see what the new BOP were going to be. Before the race, they announced that they added a 100-pound BOP. So obviously that's going to hurt them, especially even more when it comes to these type of racetracks with Long Beach. Could this be the end of Porsche as we know it in the Hypercar series being dominant? We saw Acura obviously wins the race, but they've been the best at these street courses over the last few years. This car these types of tracks suit the Acuras. This is where they've really had their stride. They've been able to win. They've been really struggled at Sebrings, the Watkins Glens, the Daytonas of the world. So we really expected them to be good, and they really dominated this race. Cadillac still has pretty lenient BOPs. We'll see how that persists through the rest of the year. As Cadillac, obviously, them and Porsche had the new regulations this year with the new hypercars. So we'll see how everything plays out. But it was a fantastic IMSA race this weekend. I'm excited to see the next one here in the next few weeks. And then let's talk about the Cup race. We did the watch party. The first stage was good. I thought the first stage was fantastic. We saw a lot of comers and goers. We have obviously the pit strategies in the middle. Guys split in half. Guys pitting early, late pitting. Made it really entertaining. Stage 2 was boring. Let's just play it how it is. That was the most straightforward, non-aggressive pits call strategies we saw all race long. Obviously, Jose Carcevar had a fast car. I guess they didn't fire Blaney's crew, which I was under the presumption that they did, and then fucking Spire goes out and hires half the team. I mean, it was ridiculous. They said they fired just the jackman off of Blaney's crew. I mean, that's a problem for another day. That's another segment incoming. And then you saw Jose Carcevar obviously having his pit issues. I thought he had a top 5-6 car all day long. Chevy's in trouble. Let's just be real. Chevy is in trouble in the Cup Series. They don't have it. Whatever it is. I mean, me and Tom talked about it in the preseason. We're like, me and him were kind of back and forth. But he kind of disagreed with me when it came to the body, and I was like, kind of on the side of, well, we saw Ford do this a couple years ago, and they struggled when they brought a new body in because you got to redesign all of your aero packages. Everything you've done simulation-wise got to be redone because all of your downforce numbers are all different now. Your aerodynamic is all different. Like when you go through the wind tunnel, everything's different now, right? Because you've redesigned your body, the shape of the body. So a lot of the testing that they do, it gets ramped up because they got to push it out to the masses, or they got to pre-make all these parts in mass production really in a short amount of time. So the testing and the development gets kind of curved a little bit. So I felt like there's going to be a little setback, but they are in trouble. I mean, we saw the Hendrick guys. Let me see with Byron, Bowman. They were running terrible. Elliott was running terrible. I mean, there was a few moments where he was up at the front. Larson was running mediocre, but that's what he's been doing all year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the Yodas were just dominant. Again, I feel like all of these crew chiefs are just made of absolute gelatin brains. Like the most dumb people that could possibly exist on planet Earth sit on the top of these pit boxes. And it's just not even NASCAR problem. We see this in all motorsports now. I feel like people that are running these teams or doing the strategy on these teams or making these race calls are just morons. I mean, I'm sitting here. I think it was Barron in the chat on the watch party. We're sitting here watching this, and we see Hamlin pit. And Bell's leading the race, and we're sitting here like, what the hell is going? Why? Like, obviously, he's going to do the undercut as Hamlin. It's a smart call, right? We're like, well, now you've got to match it. You can't put yourself in especially in NASCAR when the tires don't really mean anything. We saw it this weekend. They meant a little bit. We're kind of moving, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot. You're not going to be able to run someone down from more than a few second deficit, and that's literally what happened. And they stay out and stay out and stay out as long as possible. And they're just bleeding time. Because I think the interval at that time, because they were already 50 laps into a run, closing in on 60. So the lap interval, they were about a second difference, right? So every lap you stay out, you're losing a second. You stayed out an extra like 10. That puts yourself 10 seconds behind. The absolute buffoonery that sits on top of that 20 pit box was absolutely ridiculous and crazy to me. That's going to nominate that team for Bonehead of the Week. It cost them the race. And then we see Reddick kind of on the same strategy. He undercuts Bell, so he's already better off than Bell is by a few seconds, flying at the end of the race. I mean, that car was unbelievable at the end of the race. Hamlin, I don't know what happened. His car got really tight. You could see him when he was going through the corners. He had so much wheel into it. He's like sliding up to the wall. And then Reddick was battling the opposite condition. He was really loose, but the soul saying loose is fast, so he was able to really kind of carry the momentum off the corners. He was struggling on entry. You could see it in the car, but that was able to help him on his exits. He was way better on the middle turn or mid part of the turn to the exit of the turn than Hamlin was. Got by him. And then he goes over the radio and says, hey, I'm out of fuel. I don't know what was going on there. It didn't look like he was out of fuel. It looked like he made a mistake at the wall and then blamed fuel as an excuse for botching the lead. I don't know what was going on there. But Hamlin got right back by him. And then Cody Ware spins. Caution comes out. Get a green-white checker. Obviously, chaos ensues. They come in. Thank God everybody just went with the conservative call and went 2 tires, because I was worried that somebody was going to be like, oh, I'm the leader. Let's take 4. Let's do what everybody else does and lose his fucking races at the end. Nobody did that, thankfully. Chase Briscoe, I think, was the first guy on 4. I think he finished, 4th on that restart. But he restarted like 10th, something like that. It looked like Christopher Bell was going to actually win this race. He was up on the outside and ends up getting tagged, put into the wall. That was unfortunate. And then Tyler Reddick, again, he passes Larson on the last lap. The 5 wins. I mean, is there any stopping this 45 team with 23-11? They're unbelievable. Michael Jordan, this team is just insane. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Daniel Dye effect. You got to go commit a hate crime to get a promotion in racing. You got to go sue NASCAR or sue the sanctioning body, and then you're going to win every race. I mean, it's unbelievable what's happening in NASCAR right now. Yeah, and then all the memes with Cody Ware, like, come on, guys, come on, dude, you're that's bad. Dude. That's like hitting a dude when he's down, man. Like this, he's not competing for anything. Just anybody could have spun right there. You're just gonna throw all the hate on him. I don't know. Whatever. IndyCar, fantastic race. Felix Rosenqvist, man, he's gonna get the heartbreak of the week. He dominated this race, guys. He dominated this race. He qualified a pole. We saw Lowe qualify third. He gets up to second pretty quickly there, gets by Pato O'Ward. And it was really kind of like that for the rest of the race. We saw Newgarden come in on an alternate strategy. It turned into, hey, there's Tom. Holy cow. Oh, man. I was trying to rush to this podcast.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
I
sorry.
Can hear you. Alrighty. I'm talking about the IndyCar race right now. So Rosenqvist is dominating the race. Looks like he's got the field covered. Newgarden goes on this alternate 3-stop strategy. As it looked like there really was no preferred tire. It wasn't the soft tires. It wasn't the hard tires. There was really no preferred tire in this race. It was really all driver preference is what it felt like. So everybody, especially Palou, he starts on the softs, runs the softs for the first 2 stints. The final stint, he's like, I don't want to run softs to the end. I want to run hards. Because we know Palou on hard tires at the end of a race, give him control, he's going to dominate. And Rosenqvist, had already been on the softs to start. He matched Palou on the softs on the second stint, and then he's like forced himself to put himself on the tire he doesn't want, the unpreferred tire for his strategy, for his driving style at the end of the race. And it pretty much that was the detriment to his race, in my opinion. Even if we don't get that caution at the end that allows Palou's team to have a better pit stop than Felix Rosenqvist. I'm gutted for Felix Rosenqvist, but you can't deny Palou, man. He's just too good. There's nothing you could do. My favorite quote of the weekend was Townsend Bell. He said, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, the field had Palou covered today. They had him buried in P2, and here he is winning the race. When you've got such winning aura that the broadcaster can refer to you being in second position as being buried in the field, you're the greatest of all time. Fucking wrap it up, son. We're done. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then Joseph Newgarden, he's on that 3-stop, or what is he? Yeah, he's on the 3-stop. Everybody's on the 2-stop. He pits early in the race. He puts on his preferred tire. He's running just qualifying lap. He's gaining like 2 seconds a lap on everybody, dude. It was unbelievable what he was doing. And then he gets over aggressive. Instead of, my thing is, he's coming out of pit road. You have Marcus Armstrong behind him. He had an opportunity to blend in front of him and then try to hold him off on cold tires. I don't know what Newgarden was doing. He just kind of lazily moved over and kind of gave Armstrong an opportunity to get by him. And then he gets stuck behind him on a strategy that he needs to absolutely push qualifying laps, heaters in lap after lap to make the strategy work to the end, where he can find himself in a position to get like a P5 or a P6 finish. And then he puts himself in this weird, awkward position where he's got to try to pass Armstrong, locks up the tire. I mean, and then threw his whole race away. It was over at that point. I mean, bonehead move of the week. And then Will Power gets a penalty at the end. I feel bad for that pit crew guy, man. He's got his legs out, and then Will Power just runs right over his feet, dude. That made me cringe, dude, watching that live. I was like, oh, my God, dude. That guy, he got medical attention. They took him in to check and see if he had any broken bones. He didn't have any broken bones, but, man, dude, like, that was bad, dude. I don't know. What are your thoughts on any of the races this weekend? I've pretty much covered everything. Oh, wait. I don't even have the webcams up. One second. Let's get you on the webcams. I didn't adjust it, so one second. All right, now go for it.
All right. IndyCar's peak again. I would say that the Cup race was just mid. I only watched the highlights for the,
and then the last like 40. I thought stage 1 in the Cup race was good. Stage 2 was boring as hell, and then the final final pit stop.
I just can't believe where we're at right now. I can't get over where we're at right now. I mean, we had peak racing, you know, what, 10 years ago? 15 years ago? And anyways. Actually didn't watch the IMSA race at all, so.
I didn't watch that list.
There's that. I know that.
Entertaining. It was pretty entertaining.
I know that the car that I picked won.
Both. Your dark horse in GTD and your favorite in GTP.
Yeah. We did it, boys. We did it.
Yeah.
And then I watched the highlights for the O'Reilly's race, and I think the thing that I most remember out of that entire race was lap 2, and that was about it.
Yeah, dude, that was a violent flip, dude.
Well,
dude, I was saying it when I was talking about it just a minute ago. I said that's peak racing. Like if you want to get me into a race, bro, that O'Reilly's race was how you do it, man. That race went pretty much green for the majority of it. We have 3 different strategies at the end of the race. We had the undercut with Gray. We had the normal strategy with Creed. We had the overcut with Allgaier. And at the end of the race, they were all like, I think the intervals with like 40 to go or 50 to go was like Gray was 5 seconds over Creed. Creed was another 5 seconds over Allgaier. And by the end of the race, with the final like 3 laps, they're all within a second. It was unbelievable to watch, dude. It was crazy. And like the way they broadcast it was just fantastic, man. Like it was I wasn't even watching it, and I was on the edge of my seat, dude. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could actually find some time to watch it, but And then what? The ARCA race. I was watching Cletus's on board when he blew his motor.
Yeah,
And
dude.
that was pretty funny. Even though, like that whole day just went to shit for him. He was just like, making jokes inside the car as he's blowing up,
As he's
going
blowing up.
sideways through turns 1 and 2. Like, I thought that was pretty funny.
I was pretty impressed with
and then
Squirrel McNutt, dude. He did
He
good.
did good too. Good for him. He got approved to run the big tracks.
Yeah, he's gonna be racing Dega this weekend in the ARCA race. We're gonna get old Squirrel
Good for
McNutt
him.
and Cletus running in that fucker, dude.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I really got to say is, well, I got two things. What the hell is continuing to go on an IndyCar with the push to pass? What are we
I know.
doing?
I said that too. I said whoever was in charge of that. I don't care if it's whoever's the head guy in that needs to be suspended, fired, something like that. Is something that could have affected that race. And I don't care if it was something that they didn't exploit because nobody knew it was happening. We don't really know. I mean, there wasn't any teams that came out, which they're not going to come out and say, "Oh, I exploited it." That would be just criminally fucking making yourself liable. But whoever was in charge of fucking that up needs to be reprimanded for it, and we need to address it and make it a learning incident because that was bullshit. What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either. I don't understand how it's such a reoccurring problem. I don't know. And then what is this sport doing with people like Daniel Dye, keeping him in this sport?
Oh, I know. Dude, that freaking Discord chat, dude, had me rolling today. That was my entertainment for the day when I was working, bro. Like, freaking Darren McCabe, Matt Yost, Dallas, you, me. Like, we're just in there just shitting on this whole situation, bro. That was just comedy gold, bro. Like, Darren McCabe was talking about, yeah, dude, I don't want to say it, but yeah, dude, that was fun. That's what I said. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, man. Like, that was some comedy right there, dude.
I don't get. My only question here is,
oh man,
is BJ not racing at Talladega?
No, it sounds like it's Daniel Dyson at Talladega now, which pisses me off, dude.
That fucking sucks, dude.
I know.
That fucking sucks.
I know.
That actually
the whole get loud
sucks.
from McLeod thing, man. It's not happening this year.
I know. It actually fucking sucks. That actually fucking sucks.
It breaks my freaking soul, dude. I hope that
he's like the leader of the underdogs.
I know. I hope he doesn't make the race. Like, I'm gonna be pulling for Fincham in qualifying, Mears in qualifying. Who's in the 44? We'll get to that in a minute when we do our preview. But dude, anybody but that 78. And I hate to say that because I want to see that team continue. But fuck, dude, why Daniel Dye?
I don't know. That's ridiculous.
It's like you gotta.
I don't know.
You gotta.
Dude, you're gonna get better publicity out of BJ McLeod than fucking Daniel Dye any day of the damn week.
It's crazy.
I don't understand it. At least BJ McLeod went on Dale Jeter Download. What the hell is Daniel Dye? He went on some fucking fuck ass online registry of video streaming and called David Malukas gay.
Yeah. Can you imagine slandering a guy that raced in the Indy 500 and the best you've ever done is finished like 4th in ARCA? Thinking you're better than
You got a
him?
camera dedicated to yourself because you wreck so goddamn much.
Yeah, dude, it's the Daniel Dye camp. Oh, man. That's what I was thinking, dude. It's like you got to kick babies, commit hate crimes, and you got to sue the sport just to get ahead anymore, dude. Like, what the hell?
These clowns, dude. Some people's kids, man.
It's unbelievable.
Some people's kids.
Unbelievable. Alrighty. Drivers of the week, Squirrel McNutt, P12. Again, nothing impressive stat-wise or visual-wise, but the fact that he completed all the laps, finished on the lead lap, didn't have any wrecks, didn't hold anybody up, that was impressive to me. Brent Cruz, P5. Again, I want somebody at NASCAR to explain to me how Brent Cruz, with no fault of his own, let's get that correct. This is NASCAR's big daddiness out here, preventing him from running full-time. But how is he eligible for the O'Reilly Championship, not running full-time? And then Corey Heim, who's leading the truck series with 3 races behind the rest of the people that have competed, and he can't be eligible for the truck championship. Make that make sense. I want somebody in NASCAR to make that make sense to me because it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. There's nothing logical about that one whatsoever. But he finished P5. Next best thing. He's the Toyota equivalent to Connor Zilic, just not as good as Zilic, but he's close. And then Felix Rosenquist, P2. He's also going to earn Heartbreak of the Week, man. He had him, dude. Had him covered.
Yeah,
All
he
his
did.
pit crew had to do was execute on 2 pit stops. They did good on the first one. I mean, they beat Pillow out of pit lane by like the slimmest of margins, dude. And then they fucked up the second one. Comes home P2. Super unfortunate. And then Boneheads of the Week. Christopher Bell strategy team, Tom. We got Jello smooth-brained operators in the pit boxes of all these racing teams. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand pitting 10 laps later on tires that aren't going to net you enough time loss on wear to make up that ground later in the race. So that was stupid. Hosting Carsavar's team for hiring Ryan Blaney's pit crew this weekend. That was ridiculous. And then Joseph Newgarden with the wheel lockup, absolutely ruining a 3-stop strategy that I was so glued to seeing working out, dude. And we never got to see it because his dumbass locks it up and put himself in that position, Tom. He put himself there. Like, he lazily moved over for Armstrong and then tried to force the pass.
Honest to God, I thought Joseph Newgarden was going to win that race.
I fucking did too. There was a good 20 laps there where I was like, dude, this is going to happen. He was 2 seconds faster than everybody, dude.
Yeah.
For like 20 laps.
I was on Bob Procrast's X page while the race was going on, getting updates from him. And even the way that Bob was describing it, it was like, shit, man, he might actually win this race. That's crazy.
It looked like it. There was a moment there, dude, where I was like, this might happen. And then like, I think it was the second stint before the second, like when he got to the end of the life on those soft tires, I was like, yeah, I could see because they went from 2 seconds faster to like a second and a half. And I was like, well, that pace ain't going to do it. I was like, maybe it'll net him about P3-ish, 4-ish, but still, man, I would have loved to see that strategy played out if he wouldn't have locked up and that caution didn't come out. It would have been very interesting. Alrighty, let's make our picks for this weekend's races, Tom. These aren't cement. I put zero thought into my picks because obviously we'll probably do that thing at Dig every year where we take the picks, lowest points win or whatever. So let's do notable entries. Tyler Anker making his O'Reilly's debut this weekend at Jordan Anderson Motorsports the third two. I really thought Jordan Anderson was going to be racing this weekend. I really thought we were going to see Jordy behind the wheel, but that didn't happen. Raja back behind the 88 for Junior Motorsports. And then we have 41 cars going for 40 spots in the Cup race, which is a first in a while, dude. I don't think we've seen that at a non-Daytona 500 in a while. We got Jesse Love with RCR in the 33, Joey Gase with NY Racing in the 44, Casey Mears with the 62 for Beard. Is still chasing that 500 starts in the Cup Series. And then Chad Fincham with the 66 Garage 66 machine, and then Daniel Dye with Live Fast, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. All right, ARCA Series on Saturday. We know this race is not the most entertaining and thrilling race of the weekend. There's usually about 5-6 cars that are competitive. One of those will be the Pinnacle Machine with Jack Wood behind the wheel. He almost had that race win at Kansas. That caution would have came out 15 seconds later. He's a winner. Unfortunate for him at Kansas. He had to endure those NASCAR overstarts.
He kicked some tail, dude.
He did. He was fast, dude. That final stint, man, he had a rocket ship, dude. I think he gets redemption and gets the win this weekend at Dega. And then who would be a better dark horse than Andy Jesus, dude? He's going to put that skinny pedal to the floorboards, dude. He's going to do it. Yeah. He's going to get her done.
Yeah.
So those are my picks.
Yeah, and I've got the same picks as you, Jay. I don't think there's a lot else that you could, choose other than like a Gio Ruggiero or who's that Sid the Sloth-eyed looking motherfucker Toyota driver.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What's her name?
Oh, Breidinger?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I really don't think there's a lot of other people you could choose from. I don't even think she could win at a plate race either, to be honest with you. I'm just pointing that out. I literally just said that just to point that out, just to make the connection for everybody. So I'm gonna go with Wood and Andy Jesus as well.
Oh yeah. All right, and then also on Saturday, the doubleheader, we got the Ag Pro 300. I know this guy's probably gonna win. I'm not taking him because I can't fucking stand him, especially after this O'Reilly's race where him and Jesse Love get into it. And he gets out and fucking whines and complains about it because he's raced hard by his teammate. Fucker, you race your teammates hard. Remember when Creed raced at RCR and he fucking raced Creed like an asshole every week? And then he goes and punches people on pit lane that fucking weigh 100 pounds and got 3 inches shorter than him and does all this fucking whack shit. I can't pick him. I know he's probably going to win, so fuck him. But I'm taking his teammate, Jesse Love, this weekend. Jesse Love's gonna win, bro. He won at Talladega 2 years ago. He's in an RCR car. They're the best cars. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Hill though, but I'm taking Love. And then
I don't know. Dude, Hill does some stupid shit when he's not leading.
he's gonna make a bad block and he's gonna get wrecked. That's what's gonna happen.
He
Jesse
is.
Love's gonna win the race. I mean,
Yeah.
see, we were like a half a straight away from Zilich winning last year, dude. And he threw a bad block.
Yeah.
Anybody will throw a bad block. And then I know Thomas really likes the Ryan Sieg take. I'm with it. I want to see, Tom, if one of the Siegs wins at Talladega, bro, we're shotgunning beers all night long, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Dude, any of the
Celebration.
fucking Siegs, dude, I don't give a damn.
I'm
gonna be.
Sieg
I'll pull out the
Nation
fucking
this
butt
weekend.
chug, brother.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
fucking
gonna-
pull out the
he's gonna
butt
pull
chug
out
and
the
we'll put it right
Tennessee
at the top
butt
of the
chug.
fucking canopy. And yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be making the Y stance with my legs up in the air. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
The one stand with your legs.
Yeah. And don't judge it. Don't judge it.
Oh,
We'd
man.
all be doing
That's
it.
gonna
We
make
all be
the
doing
highlight reel.
it.
Oh man. All right, you go for your picks.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm going with Love. I go with Love every year for this race because
Yeah.
the first year that Love was in the Xfinity Series and we went to Talladega at the same time, I was the only one who chose Love, and because I knew Austin Hill was gonna be fast, same team, same energy, and Love actually pulled off an insane win versus his teammate during that race. So I've chose Love every time for this race specifically just because of that. So I'm going to continue to go with him, and then for my dark horse, I'm going with Ryan Sieg. I'm going Ryan Sieg. If the Siegs win, the butt chug's coming out.
Hell yeah.
Dale, yeah.
I'm
Praise
with you,
Dale,
man.
praise Hale. That's what I'm
I'm
talking about.
Sieg Nation this weekend. We need to get a Sieg
that's right.
flag, bro. Just RSR.
Dude, they don't have it. I even PM'd Ryan Sieg, and he messaged on X, and he messaged me back, and he said he doesn't have anything.
Dude, he needs to get a flag, dude. Because next
I'm
year we go to
telling you,
Dega,
dude, I'd
we're
be
getting a
flying that
RSR
motherfucker high.
flag, and we're getting a Trackhouse flag, dude. And we're waving them fuckers to the end to the.
We gotta get
together.
something, man.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Alrighty, and then when it comes to the Cup race on Sunday, the Jack Links 500, I think it's going to be a Ford race, Tom. We saw it really kind of materialize a little bit in the Daytona 500. We did see the Toyota surface a little bit to the front, but with the new stages, Tom, with the 98 lap stage 1, and then they're doing the final 2 stages at 45 apiece, in hopes that we have solid racing at the end of the race. I mean, Kyle Busch even came out and said, it's not going to change anything. We're all still going to save
It's
fuel.
so stupid.
We're
It's
just
so
basically
goddamn dumb.
delaying the inevitable. Is what he said. Like,
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Did the fucking mothers of these people, did they fucking get liver cirrhosis as they were when they were in the fucking womb? I mean, are we talking about the first known survivors of SIDS coming in here and fucking managing NASCAR right now, making these damn decisions? What are we doing? That's a medical anomaly. Send them to fucking Switzerland or something, have them tested, show up with their DNA and shit. The amount of stupidity I can't believe. I don't understand it.
it's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm not that smart either. I'm part of the Smooth Brain Operators Club.
Facts.
But even I know that's stupid. Yeah, shit. CEO and COO right here, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
We
you
know what we're
run
talking
that
about.
shit.
Yeah, that's right.
You got more ridges on your brain than me, huh?
Yeah, you want to fight about it? My brain's smoother than yours.
Yeah. Dude. Oh man, I like the it's like putting a Band-Aid on a freaking an amputated leg, dude. It's not gonna fix shit, dude.
Yeah, it's like literally taking a piece of jagged glass, just like shoving it in your fucking jugular and ripping it across your neck, and then putting like one of those SpongeBob Band-Aids over it.
Yeah, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh man,
You're just like fucking hemorrhaging blood.
you forgot the Hello
and-
Kitty fucking cut
Yeah,
cream, you know.
Some fucking
Yeah.
Beetlejuice from the damn Howard Stern show shows up and
Yeah,
gives you a fucking
dude.
Band-Aid.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. I mean, I still think it's gonna be a Ford dominated race. You know who's gonna go to victory lane this weekend, Tom? He's gonna get redemption for his Daytona 500 when he got pissed off of it. I mean, he's gonna have to walk his fat ass with his cane to the car, but he's gonna win the race, dude. It's gonna be Brad Keselowski this weekend, dude. I'm calling it right now. Brad Keselowski's winning
You
this
think?
race. I do. I think, dude. Everything just aligns up for me right now with Brad Keselowski. Look, dude, he ran good at Kansas quietly. He finished 6th at Kansas, qualified like he always does, dog shit last, and nobody talks about him finishing P6. I felt like I had to mention that. My dark horse, though, his momentum recently has also been kind of underlooked. He ran good at Kansas. He ran good at Bristol. He's really good at super speedways. He's in a Ford. Todd Gilliland, my dark horse pick this weekend.
All right. We're going Blaney. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude. We're talking about the most consistent driver in the Cup Series right now, besides Tyler Reddick. I don't know how the fuck that guy is doing that. Does that guy have like a fucking hybrid generator on that fucking drivetrain somewhere, dude?
Somewhere.
Like, what are we doing? I don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. Yeah, whatever. I think that. Well, they made some changes. Okay, they made some changes.
Yeah, they fired the jacker. That's it. That's the only guy they fired.
All right, pal. Okay, pal. Look, the work's gonna get done on the track. Okay, a slow squirrel is right every once in a while, or what? No, it's a broken clock. Broken clock is right twice a day.
Blind squirrel can find a nut.
You know, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we'll get that. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then for my dark horse, I'm going with Hosen. I think that's just a safe bet right there. If he's not going to win, he's going to wreck, and it's going to be spectacular.
I'm here for it. He might be the big one.
He might do it.
So that's what my brain picks, but my heart's always going to pick Zilly, dude. And SVG. I want to see Trackhouse superiority this weekend. So hopefully that we get that. No fantasy picks, Tom. Fantasy hasn't updated yet, and I never even got a chance to take a look at it. I've been so busy I didn't even get a chance to even. I mean, it was a miracle I got this podcast put together. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. That's it. That's the podcast. Merry 420 or whatever, if you catch my drift. Could smell the air illuminating. I'm excited, Tom. Talladega, dude. We're almost there, dude. We're going tomorrow, dude. Like it's here. It's unbelievable. I woke up this morning. I was like, dude, I can't believe we're already there. It's wild,
dude. I'm so ready to get so fucked up.
Same.
Pass out. Wake up. Get fucked up again. Pass out. Wake up and get fucked up again. To pass out and do it all over again.
Facts. Oh, I'm hooked up
so
on
excited,
meds, dude. I went and bought like all the Claritin, eye drops, nasal sprays.
Hell yeah.
I bought liquid IVs. I bought a bunch of IV Pro. I'm medded up.
Dude. You know what we should do, dude?
They call me the Talladega doctor.
We should get one of those really big like carport deals, you know?
Yeah,
put it over our entire
camp.
We should put it over our entire campsite and then put the walls up and then just put air purifiers everywhere.
That'd be badass. Well, I always thought about that too. You take like, the hoses and you just run water through the hoses and just sprays.
Oh, you could do that too. That'd be a great idea. Or misters. You could put misters everywhere.
Misters, bro. Yeah.
That'd be a great idea.
I'm gonna have too much blood in my alcohol system to really give a shit. So.
Yeah, well, who gives a damn about that? That's all. That's like percentages and fractions. That's for the nerds.
Oh, I know, dude. I'm ready to go, bro. I've been drinking like over a gallon of water a day for the last like month, bro. I'm fucking hydrated. Dude, I'm ready to fucking rock and roll, bud.
You see these, man? These right here. I've been doing 2 of these all the way to the top with liquid IV. And let me tell you, I'm like pissing holy water right now.
Oh yeah,
you bottle that shit up and send it to fucking to your fans on Twitch.
That's what I was
make
about
money
to say,
off
dude.
of it.
Yeah, pissing so clear, you might as well sell it, dude. It's basically Aquafina.
Yeah, bless your baby with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bless your baby with it. Put that respect on my name.
Yeah, put some respect on it.
Oh man. Alrighty, that's gonna be it for the podcast here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will maybe some changes post Talladega. Me and Tom have talked about it a little bit. So when we get back from Dega, don't expect the podcast right away. We're gonna have some talks and stuff at Dega. We're gonna work out an idea of how we're gonna pursue this YouTube channel going forward. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. 171 episodes in. We'll see what the future has in store for the Dega boys on YouTube. But for now, man, Dega, if you guys are going to Dega, we'll be at Turn 2 Tunnel. Come say hi. Come chug a beer with us. We're going to have a good old fucking time. A good old Southern Rager, you know what I mean? It's going to be a good time. All right, if you guys love the content, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification. Follow us on all of our social medias. All those links are in the description below as well as on the bottom of the screen for follow. Also, join our Discord. We talked a lot about our Discord here today with a lot of the cool, fun chats that we had. Matt Yost in there, Darren McCabe, DLC, where it's a fun chat that we had. If you guys want to join the best motorsports community on the internet, not only by subscribing to our channel, also by joining our Discord, where you post all the motorsports news, drama, rumor, memes from around the world right there on our Discord. Also, if you guys want to support the boys even more, go check out our merch store. Go buy some Dega Boys swag. Get swagged out. You know what would be really cool? If you wore your Dega Boys t-shirt. Come meet us Turn 2 at Talladega. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's really high quality merch for the low. Get you hooked up. Support the boys. If you guys, I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyway, I'm tired. That's it. That's a wrap, bro. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch y'all in the next one.